most important issue for me as it pertains to women is the money. Give us equal pay, drop some money. There is no upward mobility unless we have money.
There are so many important issues for women. I couldn't even begin to name them. But I think to encapsulate them all is to say we need to be organizing so we don't feel alone and we feel empowered. We need to be getting out the vote clearly, and we need to be holding people accountable.
It's the most important issue for me as it pertains to women. I think respect, being taken seriously, having more of a place at the table. Because I think with the men in charge, it's really not gone well. It hasn't done what we want it to do. What can we do more of? Make sure that people hear about things like this. Make sure that they are invited to participate in things like this. Just keep doing what they're doing and keep protesting. Keep up hope. Keep up. Don't give up. Don't ever feel like we can't do what we have to do.
The most important issue that pertains to women would be our equal rights. I think women's rights are equal rights, and we should have all the exact same rights as men in business as well as in life.
Community means being integrated with those that you love and being able to give back to those around you. I think a sense of belonging and a sense of linkage to each other makes it feel like you have sort of a space in this world. I think as our communities are fractured with so many different forms of terror, from ICE terror, from taking away our healthcare, from attacks on bodily autonomies to ripping our community apart, it can really make us just shut down as individuals. And I think if we can feel connected to our communities, it can help us build each other back up and be able to survive this really horrific season that we're in.
What is the most important issue for you as it pertains to women?
I think at the moment, because I'm in my first year of college, it would definitely be education, equal access to education. I'm talking across the country and across the whole world. I think it's the most important thing for me right now.
And for me, it's not to lose what we already got, okay? It's more about retaining all the hard work we've throughout the decades, because I feel somehow we're stepping back. We're going backwards. And to me now, my major concern when I think of women and women's rights is to preserve what we already have and not allowing anyone to take 1 inch away.
Comunidad to me means helping each other achieve goals and move forward and progress, and helping people get to the farthest place that they can in life. And sometimes that's doing favors, sometimes that's creating more opportunities for people. So that's what that means for me.
Comunidad para mí es amor.
We are nothing without community. I think probably the most important thing we need to do as people is to build our communities. The more we know each other, the more trust we have, the better sort of world we're going to live in. So let's build community and let's stay together. I'm celebrating International Women's Day here with the Women's March, and this is where it started. That was the proof that we are here. And we're not going anywhere. We've always been here, but I am celebrating it here today proudly at the Women's March Hub.
Community to me is everything. Growing up as an African American and being raised in a very close-knit family, I understand the value of family, which then transcends into community. There is no community without family. And I feel that when you have a strong community where everyone is on the same page and everyone has the same desires and outcomes and goals, you can get anything accomplished. And I believe that we're losing some of that in today's society. So anytime I have the opportunity to participate in something that would empower a community, my community, other communities, I'm 100% involved, and I believe it's important to be a part of that.
Women's rights have never been handed to us. We've had to march, organize, and demand for them. It is very important in our responsibilities to push that line of freedom further every generation.
Most important issue for me as it pertains to women is that we have equal rights as men, that we have the same opportunities to do what we need to do to make our impact in our life and to live our best lives possible. And how am I celebrating International Women's Day? Of course, with my sisters and friends and my chosen family.
I am celebrating International Women's Day with 2 of my favorite women in the world. One is a nurse and one is a social worker, and we're going to spend the day together. They have both given a lot to the community.
What community means to me is to be able to develop a support
system on many different levels, especially a community of care amongst women, so that we can support each other when there's challenges and also when there are rewards. So community to me means being able to take care of oneself and to take care of others in a way that we still set our boundaries with people, because we have to learn to be involved with people's processes, but not attached to them. Because if we do that, we take away women's power to think that they can't handle things on their own. Women, we are resilient. We have compassionate hearts and very loving ways. But it's important that we build this community of care for each other, and not lose sight of that. That yes, we're primary givers in many ways, women are, but at the same time, we need to be given to. So it's reciprocal. It's I give to you and you give to me, and we build community.
The most important issue for me as it pertains to women is that we are treated with respect and humanity and listened to when it comes to our own bodies and our own decisions. And to the question, what does community mean to me? So for me, community is people showing up for each other, people showing up in ways that other people need, sometimes without even knowing that you need it. And this new hub, this Women's March hub on the West Side, is a perfect example of what community looks like. So I'm so happy to be here today on International Women's Day for the grand opening of this really special, important place.
There are so many issues pertaining to women that are important to me, but currently what's top of mind is reproductive rights and women's health care. I think that all women should be entitled to access to health care for preventative measures as well as life-saving care. I also think that all women should have access and full decisions and disclosures over their reproductive rights. And that's something that I feel extremely passionate about. International Women's Day for me is a great opportunity to call my mom, call my sisters, call my friends, and just reiterate how much I love and care about them and tell them that they mean so much to me, to really just take a moment and be grateful for the women that have had such an impact on my life. And that really make me want to be part of this, community for creating better opportunities for all women. For me, community means a group of people who you can get together with and be your full authentic self, a group of people who you can lean on when times are difficult and gather. I believe in strength in numbers, and I believe in lifting each other up, especially when it comes to a female community and women, given it's National or International Women's Day. It's extremely important to me that we as women put our voices together and advocate for what's best for us so that we have equal rights.
The most important issue for women, I would have to say, at this point, getting the Equal Rights Amendment passed. I remember working on this in middle school in Massachusetts in the 70s. We have continued working on it for all these years. And when women are in the Constitution, it will allow for us to go ahead and pursue a whole lot of other agenda items.
As a daughter of immigrants and a first-generation college student, I know firsthand how access to education and economic opportunity can transform a person's life. My mom didn't have the same opportunities I did. When women have equal pay and opportunity for socioeconomic advancement, everyone benefits. We all do better. We need to be loud, we need to be organized, and we need to be in the room where decisions are made. While we celebrate today, the fight for social justice and human rights for the dignity and equality of every woman is not over.
The most important issue for me as it pertains to women was a poster I saw right here at the cafe today. It says, equal rights for others does not mean fewer rights for you. It's not pie. So it's as simple as that, equality for everyone. And this kind of goes into what does community mean to you? And we spend so much time looking at our phones and talking to people and stuff, but actually just being here, in the presence of all these really amazing people. And the Women's March has just always been like a community thing for us to be outside and seeing each other and how much we have in common and just doing the thing.
It shouldn't even be a question. We should have equal pay across the board, and that should have never even started where women got lower pay.
And how am I celebrating International Women's Day? With the Women's March Foundation new coffee shop, of course. The Women's March Foundation LA has just brought so much community together and women together, and I just really appreciate them.
One of the most important issues to me is women's or reproductive rights and women's health issues in general. And I'm celebrating International Women's Day at the Women's March Hub in West LA.
The most pressing issue for women today, to me, has, of course, what many people will say are the inequalities that we see. But more importantly, I had a good conversation on the way over here to volunteer at the Women's March Foundation, was the fact that we need more women to be involved in this process, to show up, to exercise their First Amendment right. But beyond that, historically, women have not been listened to, particularly women in leadership positions who projected, told everyone what was about to happen that wasn't going to be great for our country, and no one listened. And that's where I thought that was a really good conversation that I had with a male friend on the way over to work here with, my passion being involved with rights-based work. So I'm proud to be a female. I'm proud to be involved with this organization. And I really think that the more we build our social capital, not our fiscal capital, but our social capital, as women, we raise the bar and the power to send our message. So I hope that this message is inviting to folks to remind you of your actual rights to be involved, and the reward of your being in the conversation and giving yourself a voice is very formidable and an exciting time for me and for women. So I hope that most people will jump in on this as well. But again, listen to people.
The most important issue for me as it pertains to women is that we have the access and the ability to go for all of our goals, our financial goals, our whatever goal that we have in our minds, that we are able to exercise those. And when I was a young girl back in the 70s, we didn't have a lot of examples of business women of color, and we only saw what we were given on television and that kind of thing. And it's so important now that we have the internet. So the world has opened up to so many other avenues and ways to explore and to learn how you can make a difference in this world, how you can reach the heights in your financial goals, and then give back to others, other women and young girls, and you can be whatever you want to be, as the old saying says.
One of the most important issues to me as it pertains to women is women in sports. As a former college volleyball player, the fight for the excitement, for the energy, for the love, for the same value that is placed on men's sports, we need that for our female athletes to continue to reach. I wanted to reach like LeBron James status. I mean, like what? But anyway, this is very important for the women to be inspired and appreciated as much as our male athletes are.
We are thankful for the Women's March Foundation for continuing to motivate us and inspire us to raise our voices and continue the fight for women's reproductive rights, equal pay, health care. The list goes on, especially immigrant women right now as well. And community is what it's all about, getting together, making our voices heard, staying strong, supporting each other. So happy International Women's Day to all the amazing, strong women out there.